Hey guys, this is Starcraft, and I'm going to be bringing you the final game, Game 9, between Team Empire and Team Evil Genius. This game will take place on Discord 4. It will be EGAxSlav, the red Protoss, EGStrifeCro, the blue Zerg against Cubert, the teal Terran, and Aristeo, the purple Zerg. So right now, Aristeo and Cubert have won 5 games, and Team EG have won 3 games. They've really been some incredible matchups. These are 2 of the best teams in the entire world. And I wanted to thank Cubert for sending me this set of games. It's so exciting to be casting your games, and I'm so thrilled to be casting a set of games that includes both wins and losses. So notes to all you out there who are sending me your games. If you send me wins as well as losses, I will be much more inclined to do your games, because I will seriously have no idea what's going to happen in the game, and it will be even that much more exciting. So if you are paying attention and you're someone who's been sending me games, save some of those losses that you thought were good games. I know it's not something that you first think of doing. Like, you know, when you lose a game, your first thought isn't, oh, I better save that replay or whatever. But hey, what you could even do is check the Save All Replays button and then just go through and dump them later if you didn't like them. And then that way, when I bother you on Battle.net, you can, and you're like, oh, I didn't save it, sorry. Then I can say, oh yeah, well, if you checked your Save All Replays, then you would be able to go back and get it for me anyway. So you suck. And all right. So anyway. I know this is pretty intense to be doing 9 games between the same teams in a row, but they've been so exciting that I said, what the hey, because we can all learn a lot from watching these players. As it looks like, I guarantee Cubert's going to do his bio thing again. Watch him prove me wrong. I guarantee he's going to do the bunker bio thing on this map, because look at this choke point, this tiny little ramp. So very easy to defend the main. So this is one of the most difficult maps to rush on in 2v2s, as already EGAxSlav has set up a pretty good choke point down here. So the question will be next is, when are we going to be seeing those expansions going down, because I do not expect to see any rushing. As actually the second refinery is just now finishing for Cubert. So is he going to prove me wrong and go for some Banshee play possibly? We will see. But Team EG did win last game after losing 5 in a row. So will Aristeo and Cubert be trying to change up their strategy? Where's this bunker? He's not going to throw down his bunker? He's not throwing his bunker down. He's just going to pump Marines. And it's tripping me out, because he always throws the bunker down on this map. He's not even going to bother. And Aristeo is going to take this expansion at 21. Meanwhile, looks like EGAxSlav is going to be taking the Fast Expo down here at 26 or so. And so 1 gate into fast expansion for the Protoss player. Aristeo is going to find out about this, as a Cubert is saying fast expansion something, I don't know. But will he be throwing down? Yes, the bunker is going to be going down here to try and protect Aristeo's expansion. And meanwhile, Aristeo hacking away at this Nexus that is being warped in. This Zealot forced to come out of his little comfort zone up here. And you can see how EGAxSlav was actually using that probe to block the choke while he brought the Zealot down here. And now a couple of roaches are out for StrifeCro, so this base does look like it's going to be safe and will go up. As StrifeCro, or Aristeo, is chasing some of StrifeCro's Zerglings. Looks like trying to get some scouting action in here. Was StrifeCro not able to make it all the way in here? So it looks like Aristeo and Cubert are going to try and press this. They're going to try and, or are they just going to try and hold the middle? Because a siege tank is on the way, siege tech is on the way for Cubert. So will he be trying to get a few tanks out and then start chilling away at this expansion? That is normally a pretty good play on Terran on this map, to get those tanks out and start setting up a contain. And so what is going on right here? I think there's a bit of a misclick there, as these sentries all started attacking this Nexus. And so that was weird, but Either way, both armies continuing to macro up. Actually, Aristeo getting a lot of banelings, morphing in 9 banelings. Not going to be extremely effective though against a bunch of roaches and some stalkers here. The banelings will be good against the zealots and sentries. It looks like an overlord did get picked off somewhere, as EGStrifeCro was supply blocked there momentarily. But Aristeo and cubert are going to be moving in. The siege tech has finished on this tank. So this tank is going to come into range here, set up camp, and here we go. A lot of Zerglings and a bunch of banelings on the field. The Zerglings going to come right in here and try and get us around. The banelings coming into the probe line, and one baneling just blew up like 8 probes. And the banelings here, the rest of the banelings running into the onslaught of stalkers and roaches, and the rest of them all died. So one baneling took out a crap load of probes, and the rest of them all got taken out. Nicely defended there by EGStrifeCro and EGAxSlav. You saw the timing of him bringing, even though those probes did get taken out, that group of probes did get taken out by the banelings. It was a good play. He brought off just a few of his probes, not all of them. Something that I could learn from is don't need to bring all of them off in that situation. Bring off a few of them to cut off this choke point and try and distract some of the units while you try and take out their army with your army. So a lot of things that some newer players might not know about or do much is use your probes to fight when necessary. And so Aristeo giving the go call, looks like he wants to move up forward. This zealot, this zealot actually ended up killing a bunch of Zerglings from friendly fire from the siege tank. So it sucks to be those Zerglings. And the scan going off. This is going to be too tough to break, I think, for them right now. I don't think they will be able to break it. There is not enough here. 3 siege tanks will be pretty formidable, but yeah, it looks like cubert's going to put down a bunker here. Going to try and set up a contain as far down here as he can, and he's actually got his command center going up in the far upper right hand corner. So cubert and Aristeo setting up the contain, going to try and secure the rest of the entire map, as EGStrifeCro still is only on 1 base, and he has a lot of roaches though. But still just on 1 base. EGStrifeCro really needs to think about trying to grab an expo, and this is really the only expo right now that he can take. Though it's not going to be easy to defend it with all these Zerglings from Aristeo. Will be able to harass that. So EGStrifeCro may even be better off just saying, screw it, I'm going to be on 1 base until we can break this contain. The longer they wait, the harder it's going to be to break, as the roaches are starting to come around the side, and EGAxSlav really needs to go with him, as EGStrifeCro is waiting for EGAxSlav to attack, and now the 2-pronged attack is commencing. The roaches making quick work of that siege tank back there. Some very nice force fields completely splitting this armies in half. The roaches though taking quite a lot of damage from these Zerglings, but meanwhile EGAxSlav is pressing this. The Marines though, wow, look at these Marines from cubert doing so much damage, and Aristeo with the massive Zerglings coming in here, and EGStrifeCro and EGAxSlav are forced to fall back to this nexus position. It looks like they will be able to hold this off just barely. More and more roaches are streaming in for EGStrifeCro. It's gonna, and more zealots are on the field. It's going to be just barely enough, or is it? Because look at all the tanks from cubert. These tanks need to get sniped down as quickly as possible. The probes from EGAxSlav actually coming all the way out here to try and fight, coming way out there. These roaches now finally going to be excuse me, they're finally going to be sniping out those tanks and then burrowing. So wow, EGStrifeCro is definitely a clutch burrow right there. Is going to get his hit points back and then pop up as soon as these zealots, or if the zealots are going to rejoin him. And EGAxSlav though, he does have a decent economy. He's bringing more and more probes down to replenish those ones that did die. And EGStrifeCro could pop up right now and do quite a bit of damage. He's going to pop up as soon as EGAxSlav attacks, and look at the timing on this attack. Even 3 more roaches coming in from the other side, and this contain is going to be broken finally. EGAxSlav and EGStrifeCro have broken the contain. Aristeo is giving the back call, and now they are the team that is in big trouble. cubert building a factory way over here. That's interesting. And a couple of more siege tanks are on the way out, and no tech labs or reactors on these barracks at all is really hurting his build power. And trying to throw down a bunker here at the front. Vine crawlers even being thrown down by Aristeo. some overlords being picked off as well. EGStrifeCro regenerating some hit points on these roaches, and now going to pop up. And could we be seeing the final push? I don't know. This is a pretty good defense back here, just in time. A couple of tanks, and a bunker is up here with 4 Marines in it. So this is going to be very difficult to break. There are a lot of Zerglings. A couple of Spine Crawlers are about to finish. Decision time, now or never for EGStrifeCro and EGAxSlav. They are going to try and press the issue. The bunker will quickly go down. The roaches coming around the side, getting a decent positioning here, but the Spine Crawlers finishing, and these Zerglings are going to kill all the roaches. The Stalkers in the back are going to die. They need to fall back. Yes. Team Evil Genius forced to fall back as the tanks doing just too much damage from these tanks and Spine Crawlers. I missed a couple of Marines getting melted there, it looks like. But wisely now going to be attacking this expansion position. And these SCVs, though, it looks like are going to all escape, including this tank that just popped out. And now this building is going to lift off and try and fly away before these Stalkers can do anything about it. And cubert is these tanks. The problem is so immobile. The tanks are that you don't have time to unsiege them, bring them over here, and siege them back up to try and fight this. It's not worth it. You're trying to save this building. The fire did go off though on this command center, so unless it gets repaired, it will die. And nicely done from Team EG to break the contain they had down here. As Aristeo is morphing in a couple of sneaky little banelings in here. And these banelings could do quite a bit of economic damage. One cannon is coming down in the mineral line, so timing is going to be important. Ooh, that probe, if he was paying attention, would have seen those banelings, but I'm not sure if he did see those. These probes are desperately trying to run away, and Aristeo's banelings are like, oh man, and they only killed like 2 probes. That could have been huge, but look at the reaction time from EGAxSlav, getting all of his probes out of there in the nick of time. And finally, EGStrifeCro has a new base. I'm wondering if Aristeo. Okay, I remember a mental note to myself: do not try and translate things. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't see that because I don't know. I don't know German, Russian, or anything. I know a little Spanish, but apparently nobody speaks Spanish in this game or whatever. So I guess it's not very big in Spain or South America. So, anyway, looks like Aristeo and cubert gonna try and make something happen. A lot of tanks on the field. Some nice timing actually on the siege mode, but the roaches are gonna press right in here. Need to be focusing down on these siege tanks. A ton of damage being done by the tanks, but there are so many roaches, so many stalkers continuing to press forward and just mowing the tanks over. A lot of damage has been done by these tanks, and the roaches actually burrowing there, and then a scan going off as cubert has brought off a bunch of SCVs to repair. Well, he does nothing else to do with his SCVs right now. He has 1 million of them on his main base because he lost his expansion. He's just now going to try and rebuild. It looks like that flaming orbital command did finally go down. And here comes what looks like could be. Well, these SCVs don't count for much of an army. Cubert and Aristeo are in a terrible, terrible position right now. And trying to make something happen. These tanks are, the blink coming off here from EGAxSlav. Try and get as close as he possibly can to these tanks to take them out. And now with the tanks down, this army has just gotten a lot weaker. The SCVs are going to even fight for cubert. And looks like that is going to be it. There are quite a bit of roaches here for Aristeo, but it wasn't going to be enough. EGAxSlav was warping in more zealots. So well played from both teams. Thank you again, cubert, for sending me this set of games. It was a pleasure to cast, and for all you guys out there who's watched all of these games, thanks for sticking with. And I will definitely be doing some more of your games that you have been sending me very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. This is EGStrifeCro, and peace out.